everybody, it's Kimberly Roebuck with Pampered Chef, and I just wanted to show you what I'm making for dinner tonight. So we are having butternut squash soup. So one of the things that is really great about butternut squash is that it is a really great source of fiber and vitamin A, potassium. It also helps with your blood pressure and digestion. So butternut squash is a really great vegetable. So we're going to be making this in my Deluxe Cooking Blender, which is an amazing product that Pampered Chef introduced in the fall of 2019. And what I love about the blender is that it has 8 presets. So we're going to be using the soup preset tonight, but it also has a smoothie, alternative milk, soup, heated puree, grind, heated wash, jam, and sauce. Now, does anyone else have a blender that actually cleans itself? Well, we do. So another really cool feature about this blender is that, you heard me right, it heats. So it's actually going to cook my soup right inside the blender. I don't have to go and put it on the stove or do any of that or even use the microwave. So that's super amazing. And there's a couple safety features with this. I've had many blenders over the years, but one of my favorite is when it has a glass top, and this one does as well, so it's actual glass. This part right here is all the electronics, so you don't want to make sure you do not put this in water, obviously, because it's an appliance, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I already put in here my water, which is 2.5 cups of water. And next I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, which I already pre-measured. So I have my 1 cup prep bowl. So there's 2 cups of brown sugar. And then next we're going to add salt. Now it calls for a teaspoon of salt, but I don't like putting that much salt in my food because my family actually salts the food after it's been cooked. So I try to put as little bit of salt as possible. So I'm having that. So I'm putting a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and I already have that measured as well. So we're going to put that into the water in the blender. And I want to make sure I get all of those seasonings. So I'm just going to use my clean hands and do that. So we have that. And then I am going to put in my 3 cups of butternut squash. So what I did is I peeled it and then I cut it into chunks, and this is our small batter bowl, which is super cool. It has a little spout and it has all the measurements on the side, which is great. So the butternut squash I already have in chunks, and we're going to go ahead and put that right in there. And then we are going to put a 1/2 of a medium onion cut up into chunks and put that in there as well. So what I'm using is one of our cutting boards, which I really love. We have 3 different sizes. We have a small barb cutting board. This is the medium size, and then we have a large grooved. And what I love about our cutting boards is it has these rubber sides here, and they have little lines on them, so you can use it for measuring if you would like. But the main purpose that I like about it is that it anchors your cutting board, so you don't have to put like a wet dishcloth or paper towel underneath the cutting board while you're cutting, because it will literally hold it in place so it's not going to shift as you're cutting. And then I'm using one of our Sunoco knives, which is really a great knife. It's my personal favorite. It has a really nice weight to it. You can tell a good quality knife when you can see the rivets that are flush with the handle, the tang, so it goes all the way through the handle, has a nice weight to it. And one thing that I always teach my students is how to hold a knife properly. So you should hold a knife like a claw-like grip. So that means your 3 fingers should be around the handle, your index finger should be on the one side, and then your thumb on the other, and that gives you a lot more control. And then when you cut, you want to make sure you're cutting in a rocking motion to cut. So we're just going to put these in a couple chunks, and then we're just going to throw it in just like that. So I'm going to put that in. And I personally love onion. I just love onion. It's so good. I would add more, but the recipe calls for a half. So there you go. And then we are going to take our garlic cloves. So I've already taken the skin off. You don't have to do that though for using our garlic press. So this is our garlic press. This is probably one of the very first things I ever purchased when I was much younger. And I'm just going to put my garlic right inside the garlic press. And then I'm just going to push down on it. Now, actually, I wouldn't even have to do this, but I just wanted to show you the garlic press. And it literally just presses the garlic right out. And then inside is this handy dandy little brush. It looks like a Barbie brush, but on one end it's flat. So you just scrape it off just like that into your bowl. And then when you go to clean it, you would use this side so that it cleans out the inside. And the last thing we are going to add is our half of an apple. So I'm going to cut that with our knife. And I personally like Granny Smith because it has really good flavor. And because our blender is so powerful, I can actually leave the skin on and it's going to go ahead and blend it really well. So that's that. So we're going to add that in too. And that's it, guys. So they're all of our ingredients. And then we literally put the lid on and turn. And the cool thing about this is there's a safety feature. So it literally will not start working unless the lid is on properly, which is awesome. So if any of you have food processors, a lot of them, the same thing happens. So now we're going to take the dial and we're going to turn the dial to soup. And then we are going to hit the button, which is going to start, and then it's going to start to blend. So we're pressing, and now it's going to start. So this is going to go on for about a few minutes, and what I will do is I will come back with the finished product. All right, guys, see you in about 10 minutes. Bye.